So one of the things so that we have to understand, and I agree with you with MSNBC, but one of the things that not Fox, CNN needs to do immediately that would help them is that CNN needs to give town halls to Joe Biden. They need to give town halls to, I hate to say it, Marianne Williamson, uh, whatever Kennedy is, Bobby Kennedy, and whatever Republicans who are declared, only declared candidates though. So, but they need to give them all town halls. That's the thing, and they have, and you know what? They unfortunately, fortunately or not, given whatever standard they gave Trump, they got to give Biden the exact same town hall. They got to give Biden have that damn town hall in Brooklyn, and have every leftist. Although you probably not want leftists, you probably want moderates. So have to put that. You know what? But realistically, what they need to be able to do is, if the best thing that CNN could do right now, Republican or Democrat, is give everybody town halls. Hell, even though she's not a declared candidate, I might even give either. I'd give a Liz Cheney town hall, because the one thing that I was getting ready to say is that I'm a Democrat. I'm a partisan Democrat, and I'm going to fight hard for my Democrats. But if I was a Republican, the one thing I would be really pissed off about, especially if I wasn't a whack job Republican, especially if I wasn't a MAGA Republican, is I have never, and this goes back to pre Trump, if I was a Republican, I'd be embarrassed by the voices that get the most airtime as speaking on behalf of the Republican Party. You know, again, you and I know that Liz and Kinzinger were very useful to us, especially part of January 6th. But and you and I both know they say a lot of stuff that offends us. They're not where we need them on voting rights. They're not where we need, but at least they're sane Republicans. I would give more space to him, to Kinzinger. I would give more space to Shaney. I would give more space to, a lot. It was controversial. I'm not a big fan of MSNBC hiring John Kasich, but realistically, they need to do that. Asa Hutchinson, the guy that's the former governor of Arkansas, who is either announced or will be announcing, they need to give space to them. Look, those people are less threatening, less crazy than than um than Trump. In many ways, they're just as bad. But until you start modeling better Republican behavior, you're going to continue to get the whack jobs. And so, like I say, from a partisan perspective, keep putting Trump out there. Keep putting Trump in the MGTs and the Lauren Boberts and the Matt Gaetzes and the Jim Jordans. Put all those people out there. But if I was a Republican, I wouldn't want those people out there. And so, if as much as Democrats and sane people are pissed at the booking of Trump, if I was a Republican Party, and this is where Ronna McDaniel needs to be fired over, is they need to do a better job of what they're putting out, because I think what they're doing is they are letting that party go so far right, or making people think that that party is going so far right, that they're doing, in the long run, they might be doing a greater disservice to Republicans than we could ever do. And then someone Joe Biden's team said that Trump's special is actually one of the best things that happened to Biden this week.
Yeah. So now that they're multitask, this is the pivot that we should make here. Is despite all my criticism, and I'm just speaking from a factual kind of POV when it comes to that, but I loved every second of this, John. And the reason is because CNN has probably watched, if you want to consider MSNBC to be left and Fox News to be right, CNN is probably watched by moderates and independents more, right? Maybe. I don't know the actual demographics, but maybe, right? And here is the Republican nominee, who probably will be the nominee, the biggest frontrunner at least. And he's on TV saying all the things that make independents and moderates not want to vote for Republicans. He took credit for overturning Roe. He said he was very proud of that. He said he wanted to free all the January 6th defendants, which January 6th historically is looked upon as a bad thing, overwhelmingly by a majority of Americans. He talks about ending the Ukraine war, or he doesn't know who he wants to win. He doesn't see it as winning and losing, right? And Ukraine was probably a third or fourth major subject when it came to the 2022 midterms, right? And I was just thinking, well, this is great because I believe, and I said it in 22, is the more and more we keep these headlines going, the better it is for every single election. And here he is in the middle of May on a not an election year, continuing to keep this going. Um, I look at it like this: he had a horrible March. He was indicted. He was just found guilty or liable, I should say, for sexual abusing somebody. He's probably going to get indicted in July in Georgia, hopefully. He's just going to continue to have nothing but negative media. So this is just a stop on the path for me. Here's something I read that I found to be really profound, John. I knew this to be true, but it never really struck me in this way. It was surrounding the Trump liable thing, but it really talks about this town hall too. Is Fox News and the right wing politicians, Ted Cruz, Graham, et cetera, all these people have spent so much time, really, really in a fierce way the last 6 years, but really through their history, but really since the end of the Obama term, they spent so much time telling people lies that the adverse effect of that is now nobody believes anything they say. So even if Biden did have a controversy with, I know they're trying to push this conspiracy theory about document or quid pro quo or whatever they're trying to do right now, nobody will believe even the truth out of their mouth anymore, right? Everything that Trump says, nobody's going to believe because he's such a proven liar. And so you're right about Republicans. Even if they came out and said 2+2=4, nobody's going to believe them. Even if they came out and they said Biden's bad for the economy, who's going to believe them, right? And so this just goes along with that is I want him to be front and center. I wish CNN would give him a damn hour every single night because it's just going to help us get people to realize how extreme they are. And that I'm on board with. So in that case, I think this is a net negative for them, but a net positive overall for us.